Guys and gals, thanks for joining me here again. This is HardgainZ the Podcast. I'm Coach HardgainZ. You can just call me Coach. This is a tough video to make right now because I didn't know Cedric McMillan. I didn't know him personally. But every video I've ever seen of him, his personality just shined through, and you could tell he was just a good-hearted guy. He wanted to be healthy. You know, he recently gave out the information that he had a close encounter after getting sick. But here's the thing. I know you've probably already watched everybody's video on Cedric. If my body got up to 300 pounds, I'm 180 pounds for your perspective. I'm 5'10". I'm 180 pounds. But if I stop training hard and if I stop eating in excess, I will lose weight every time. My body wants to be 160 pounds. That's where it wants to be. See, I've gotten very sick. I've gotten deathly ill. I've lost everything. I've lost function of my organs. I've had a brain injury. The key really is, if you stopped training hard, if you ate like a normal person, just maintenance calories, if you got off the gear, what would your body do? Well, most of us, our bodies would shrink down because we're forcing it to be excessive. When you force your body to be excessive, your organs, they don't all work symbiotically. Your organs, they're not going to be ready to be another 100 pounds more than where you were before. So if you're normally 200 pounds, but you're bulking up to 300, your organs, they work for a 200-pound guy. The organs don't just suddenly symbiotically work together and say, oh, we're gaining weight, we're going to get bigger, all right, we better work together for a 300-pound guy now. It doesn't work that way. And this is where the dangers lie. When you are forcing your body to be excessively large, excessively larger than it wants to be, your organs are going to fail. Again, when I'm just not doing anything, I lose weight automatically all the time. I've gone back down to 120 pounds because I got so sick, deathly ill. But as a normal person, without training hard, without eating excessively, and without gear, even just TRT, my body wants to be about 150 to 160 pounds, let's say. I mean, serious. That's where my body wants to be, like naturally, normally. But that's not where I want it to be, obviously. I want to be up to 200 pounds, which I've never been. The largest I've ever been was 180 pounds, but 6% body fat, so very lean. But I would like to be 200 pounds. But my organs are not ready to be 200 pounds. So even though we're taking ancillaries like supplements and medications to deal with this change, the organs internally, they're not changing with us unless we're on growth. And if we're on growth, then a lot of times the organs start to grow in a negative way, in an adverse way. So this is not going to be beneficial. It's not like when you're taking growth hormone and your body is getting larger because you're building new muscle tissue, that your organs are getting larger too to compensate for the new muscle tissue. No, that's not how it works. So obviously recently Cedric announced that he had dealt with a close encounter. Well, that close encounter involved his heart. And if a close encounter involves your heart, like some of these other guys are going through right now, that's an indication that you need to change something quickly. Quickly. Get your body back to where it wants to be. Because your organs are telling you, I don't like being this big. I can't pump hard enough for your size. And this is why we're losing people. Not everybody, because obviously we lost Boston Lloyd. We lost Scotty Murray. So we're losing bodybuilders and influencers for different reasons. But we're losing a lot of people. And then we're losing people from overdose and addiction. whatever crisis you want to categorize these people into, We're losing them. What are we going to do? And everybody, I hear people talking about like it's the federation's fault or it's IFBB's fault or what is IFBB going to do? Guys, it's not their responsibility. It's no one's responsibility but the individual who chooses which route we go, which route we take. We are responsible for ourselves. We have been blessed with free agency, free thinking. And as of right now, we live in a free country, in America at least, with rights. God forbid those get taken away from us. We will end up in a communist country. I will not stand for that. So be ready. I've been training hard for 26 years. I did 23 years naturally. And then I decided to go on to TRT. I decided to use DECA. I decided to use other steroids and PEDs. I decided to become fully enhanced at 36 years old, 37 years old. I'm 42 now. And I've told you guys before, I started my enhancement with logging. I've logged everything into my yearly, these are just yearly, weekly planners. It's sad when we lose people in the industry that we love. But we have to look at it without blame. We can't look for someone to blame. People are looking for someone to blame because it hurts and it's hard. But Cedric had some things that he was dealing with and he should have taken precautionary measures. Guys, do your blood work. Get your scans. Take care of your body, but listen to your body. I encourage you all to pray, to find something to pray to, even if it's not God or your maker. Find something to pray to. Talk to someone that is greater than yourself. Meditate daily. Stretch and hold positions and poses for 30 seconds. Sit there mindfully. Think about life. Think about your situation. Think about everything outside of yourself. And that's going to give you perspective. Remember to take deep, mindful breaths throughout the day. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I made a video on teaching my kids to meditate. Maybe I'll link it up here somewhere. But I can't tell you how meditation has drastically increased my health. I've been meditating since I was like 3 years old because I've had ADHD my whole life. I've taught all 6 of my kids to meditate. When I see these guys dying, it also makes me more sad that there's so much dishonesty in this industry. There's so much deceit. There's so much cowardice. I encourage you all to be open. Whoever's watching this video right now, I encourage you to be open about everything in your life to other people, especially the ones closest to you, your family, your friends. Be honest and transparent. You have to be honest about who you are. When you're honest about who you are, you can give that to other people, especially a partner. If you're hiding things or if you're not fully honest with them, you're not giving them the real you. You're giving them a facade, a protected you. Sometimes we feel like we have to do that. But you have to be in a place where you are secure enough in who you are to give the real you to someone else, regardless of their reaction. And whether that reaction is good or bad, you have to be ready. So if you don't know, 9.5 months ago, I had a spinal fusion. I had my spine cut open, and I had a lot of damage back there. So my right leg is pretty messed up. My left leg was too, but fortunately, my left leg has healed quite a bit. I've gotten a lot of feeling back in my left leg. Not so much my right leg. I lose feeling in that quite a bit, quite often. I'm praying that I'll be able to have full function of my leg. but I'm alive. I've had some close encounters. I've had some near-death experiences. I should have lost my life a few times, but I didn't. And I'm very grateful to still be here. So I look at every day with an immense amount of gratitude. I can't even tell you how grateful I am to wake up in the morning, to get out of bed on my own. I used to have this routine that I had to do every morning just to get out of bed. I would literally have to roll over onto my side, push myself up slowly with my elbow and my other arm, roll onto the ground, stretch everything, crawl to the bathroom. It was a nightmare. It was terrible. But even in those moments, I continued to remind myself, Adam, be grateful that you can walk. Adam, be grateful that you have a family, that your kids are there. There's always so much to be grateful for. 7 years ago, I had a brain injury. I got cracked in the skull right here. It fractured my skull, bruised my brain. By the back end of one of my dump trucks, the tailgate of a massive dump truck broke free off the hinges and caught my skull free floating. That impact should have killed me, or at least made me a vegetable for the rest of my life. To say that I am grateful for my life is an understatement. Unless you've been in a position where you've lost your life and you've lost everything you've had and you've lost function of everything you thought you were, you can't understand what it's like to still be progressing, to still be moving, to still be going. So the only way we can do that is through true empathy. True empathy for others. A desire to want to understand what someone else is going through. Genuinely, in our heart, to help them. I mean, guys, Cedric seemed like one of the nicest people in the world. I've lost a lot of people in my life. They were all wonderful people. Seems the nasty ones get to live the longest lives, right? It's sad. Well, maybe I've given you something to think about. Maybe I've given you something to be grateful for. Maybe not. Maybe you're still going to thumbs down the video because you're a hater. I don't know. I don't care. But I hope that you're all progressing. I hope that you're all pushing it. And I hope that you are all looking to be a better version of yourselves. That's what I want. All right, now listen. I'm 180 pounds now. Still suffering a few days a week from my spinal fusion. But I haven't missed a workout. Getting my workouts in. My 14-year-old son is bodybuilding with me full-time every day. Eating my diet and training hard. And so that pushes me. My goal is to get up to 200 pounds. And many of you know that my goal is to look similar to my idol, Frank Zane. I am also on something called Kratom. And I take that every day. But I've made plenty of videos on the positives and the negatives of Kratom, how it affects your hormones especially. And I believe very, very much so that Kratom is negatively and adversely affecting my journey. For instance, my breast tissue becomes saggy when the more Kratom I take. The less Kratom I take, the more firm my pecs become, the more firm my breast tissue feels. That's a fact. That's something I've noticed. So I'm really trying to pay attention to how Kratom is affecting my enhancement, because I believe that it is affecting it greatly for the amount of gear that I take and how hard I train and how good and strong my diet is. I know I'm a hard gainer, but I'm still not seeing the results that I should be seeing. And if you think it's the training, come train with me. Come see how hard I train. Most people can't keep up through a workout with me. If you want to see how I eat, comment. I'll take you through a full day of eating and I'll show you how much I eat. It might be the gear, certainly. I probably need a test kit. I probably need to test some of the gear to see if it is, in fact, bunk. But my personal goal is something that I hope to achieve within the next 2 years. I'm 42, and I don't want it to take until I'm 45, that's for sure. So that's my goal. I want all of you guys to hold yourselves and each other accountable. Let's achieve our goals. Let's get to where we want to be without excuses. I pride myself in knowing quite a bit more about hormonal optimization than many doctors, clinics, and coaches. But I don't know everything, and I love learning. But I want to help you do it the right way in any way that I can. So everyone, thanks for watching. This is HardgainZ the Podcast. I'm Coach HardgainZ. I'll be releasing episodes every Monday and Thursday. If those are your pin days, then watch me while you pin. Please subscribe to the channel, tap that bell, receive notifications every time I release a new video. I hope by now you've already hit the like button and dropped a comment for the algorithm. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.